Welcome back to On the Bench with Beeks. This is period 3. This kind of episode is actually really special, so we're gonna go through it. It's about a 3-parter here, and it's very special to Dawg Nation.
Yeah, man, and I was gonna pick your brain a little bit before we hop right onto the episode, man. I know this one's a very special one to your heart, and it really, it's gonna really talk about what Dawg Nation's all about. Can you give the listeners like a little recap what we got going in this 3-parter that we're kind of putting together?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all the boys, we kind of thought, well, we're here at a Dawg Nation charity hockey tournament, and the biggest installment here is really like the recipients that Dawg Nation gives out, checks, donations, anything really too. So that's kind of really why we were all there anyways, just because these people, these sick or injured hockey players are in desperate need of help, and that's what Dawg Nation does. So we all thought it would be a really good idea to get like a recipient round table, and just kind of pick the brains of past recipients and see what Dawg Nation means to them, and why they continue to help out with the charity. So we just sat down and talked to a whole bunch of people, some recipients, a donor actually, and so I think we got a lot of really good content from it, because like I said earlier, that's why we were here. So I think it'll be great. I mean, we did have a little bit of technical difficulties in one of the interviews, but I mean, still really good interview, and I hope you guys still enjoy it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, I'm excited to put it all together, and yeah, for our listeners, this is a 3-parter because it was very hard to get all these people together at the same time, because they were all competing and playing on different teams at different times. So we had to kind of do bits and pieces with everyone, and like Cody mentioned, little technical difficulties with one of the mics that we have for one of the recipients on part 2. But anyways, we got some good content together regardless, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
And this is what Dawg Nation is really about, so let's get into it.
Let's hop right on it, boys.
Beautiful. All right, here we are with another installment of On the Bench with Beeks. We got third period action coming from the Dawg Bowl 10 ice hockey tournament, and let's get into why we're all here. We're here to play hockey for charity, for hockey players who are in need. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a recipient round table real quick. So I am a Dawg Nation recipient, and I also have Andy Gary.
Yep.
And Dennis Eaton.
Yep. We're kind of present. The OG recipients ourselves, aren't we, gentlemen?
Yeah, we are. We're the three musketeers, if you want to really think about it.
Yeah.
So the reason why I wanted to have us all on here is I just wanted to shed some light on the real like maybe the unseen things that go along with being a recipient. How it actually really helps us and what it means to us, and just to, kind of get it, like, because On the Bench with Beeks is all about gaining new perspectives about hockey. So to gain a new perspective about a hockey player recipient is a no-brainer. So today we're going to start with Andy Gary. Andy was actually the first recipient for Dawg Nation.
Yeah, we were just chatting a little bit before we got started here, and I was looking, I have an old picture of my daughter and me out on the ice at the first Dawg Bowl getting a check. And when she was just 6 years old, she's wearing a little white Dogs shirt that we got made up before the Dawg Bowl. And that's a memory I will cherish forever. So that was an amazing thing. All of this, that was right at the beginning of Dawg Nation and the first Dawg Bowl coming up. And I remember... So, about me, the reason I was involved at all, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer at that time. And, that was 2 years earlier. Jeez, it goes by fast.
Yeah, it does.
A couple of years after that diagnosis, I had a metastasis of cancer in my lung, which I was a stage 4 cancer guy at that point. And that was right around the start of Dawg Nation, where, like I just mentioned, there was that special moment. I walked out on the ice with my little daughter and turned around, and what do I see in the stands? There's 200 people up there that basically were there, just saying, we're the hockey community, we got your back. And that moment, honest to God, that was like it turned a corner in my recovery. I will never forget how brilliant that moment was in my life, standing there with Emily and seeing all those people that had shown up just to support me, right? And everybody else who needs the support. But that was my moment right there. And every day, I never ever through all my recovery lost sight of that fact. I would get random emails from people every once in a while. Hey, I just heard from Marty what you're going through. Just want to let you know that I'm praying for you. And things like that kind of moral support and that kind of push, that made me never ever let down on the idea that I was absolutely not going to let this disease beat me. And I'm here today. Luckily, 3 years ago, my doctor said, okay, enough's enough. Get out of here. You're good to go, man. And so that was the beginning for me with Dawg Nation, and then I jumped right to the end there.
Oh, man. Dennis, can you tell a little bit about, run us through just kind of like how Andy did your, what happened to you, and, just same kind of rundown as Andy.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I was playing a lot of hockey at the time, coaching at Chatfield, Nevada. But, had a bad ankle injury going into the boards one night, put plates and screws in. They thought I'd be fine, and then end up getting infections. So they took, everything out, put a PICC line in, had, they're just trying to figure out how to save my leg. And Dawg Nation came through. And, I remember, because I had to they ended up doing this bone transport, which big frame. I won't go into the scary details about my leg, but I just remember waking up after an 8-hour surgery, and the next day here's a bunch of Dawg Nation people in there around me, supporting me, and it was so huge to see these people in there just supporting me, So just a great, great thing to know you had people out there hoping for you, praying for you, and Dawg Nation really got me through this. It's nice to know there's people that are going to be around you to really help you out during this whole thing.
I can't agree anymore. That's actually what leads me to my next point. People say I'll be there for you, guy. Best thoughts and all that. And a lot. Sometimes when you get sick, or in my case, I got injured and I lost a lot of friends. They, quote unquote friends. And the thing is, though, when I got hooked up with Dawg Nation, I had 30 to 40 new actual friends that truly cared about how I was doing and wanted to see me succeed. And some people I've known for 10 years wouldn't even bother talking to me or even saying anything because he's different now, or he's got something wrong with him. I don't know how to talk to him.
Well, there's some stuff wrong with you, man, but it's not stopping me from this.
I'm not denying that. So, did that happen for you guys? After, being with Dawg Nation and then coming back a little bit later,
No, Cody, it's a great point because you're right. You saw my leg. I had these skewers going through my leg and ugly. There's people that didn't want to be around me because it looked so damn ugly, But Dawg Nation was right there for me. I'd come down to the ice rink for the first Dawg Bowl. I'm still wearing my frame with, oozing blood out of my leg and stuff. But the real true friends and the Dawg Nation people would still be there to help you, support you through that whole thing. So, it's great because you're right. Some people want to flee the other way, but Dawg Nation wrapped their arms around me and they really helped.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Sometimes, honestly, anybody listening to this, sometimes you have a friend or somebody who is going through something and you don't know what to say or do. Well, I can tell you firsthand, the biggest thing you can say and do is treat your friends like you always treated them. Bust their chops over stupid things.
Yeah.
Have fun with them. no matter what you go through, you're still the same person on the inside. And that's the most important thing you can get from your friends.
Absolutely.
Is, you know,
or hell, just be there. You know, maybe if you don't know what to say.
Being there is a great thing.
Still
You're exactly right.
You know, because I mean, I've ran into some dog folks that have kind of, maybe kind of crossed the borders as like far as questions go, but you can tell it's all because they care. They just, they don't understand like what you're going through or how to go about things, but yet they're still there and still caring for you. When other people, just like Dennis said, kind of just flee the scene. So going into it now, now that you guys, we've all like gotten to a pretty good place with all of what is kind of afflicted with us. Ever since then, what have you wanted to try and do for Dawg Nation, just to say thank you, or to like maybe pay back, or I don't know. Do you feel that you like owe them anything?
I try to give as much back to the hockey community as I can. I will never be able to give back a tenth of what the hockey community has given me, but I'll never stop trying. Right after that first moment I talked about with my daughter and I out on the ice, immediately I knew Dawg Nation was something that I was going to become a part of. I have been part of ever since. I've been to pretty much every single Dawg Nation event, volunteering. I've actually, just because of my history, I've been able to be kind of a point person for Dawg Nation, where we've had other recipients who've had cancer or something similar that I've gone through, where it's just been a natural fit for me to be a person to represent Dawg Nation, to reach out to them and talk to them about getting into the Dawg Nation group. And
talk to them on
a part
the
of this
same
community.
level.
And yeah.
What about you, Dennis?
Same thing. I mean, Dawg Nation has been there to support me. I mean, I was actually before I even had my leg injury, I was right there, trying to help this thing when Jack was going down. As far as, Jack Kelly, I wrote the initial mission statement. We just believed in what we were doing to help people in the hockey community. And Dawg Nation's been there. I still support them. I do as much as I can to support them, because it's truly, truly a great organization as far as helping the hockey community. I mean, that's what we said initially. So we want to strive to help the hockey community, and I don't think there's any other organization that helps as much as Dawg Nation. And I truly appreciate everything they've done for me.
Incredibly well said. And I've got to agree with both you guys. I mean, I guess for me, I'm not trying to put an excuse or anything. It's a little harder for me to get around to places, but anytime I can be at a dog event, I'm there, and I want to do absolutely everything I can. I'm always talking about them to other people, and they always ask, like, when they come over to my house. Both of you guys have been to my house, probably during the restoration process put on by Dawg Nation. They all guests at my house, they always ask, where'd you get this ramp? I'm like, Dawg Nation did it.
I built that ramp.
It's just,
literally.
Yeah, there's blood, sweat from you guys in that ramp. So, and I mean, and that brings me to my next point. I mean, a lot of this stuff, a lot of these guys for Dawg Nation, except for maybe the nominator. Is that the correct way to say it?
You're asking the wrong guy for English tips.
I'm going to say the nominator.
I like it.
Yeah, that works good. Whoever gets nominated.
Yeah.
Can you do it with an Austrian accent again?
The nominator.
Wait, that's the part in the bottom of the
Cody.
fraction?
Yeah. The numerator. No, I mean, most of the time, a lot of the close dog, the dog volunteers and the higher ups, they don't know these nominees, but here they are going out of their way, working their ass off to get them whatever they need and more. Like, so can you guys talk about how crazy that was, that like these people you don't even know, and maybe never even heard of, and they're working so hard to just help you out. Can you guys kind of expand on that?
Oh, I see it all the time. Just a couple of examples to name some wonderful people: Marty Richardson and Mike Freeman. A gentleman who was a recipient of Dawg Nation a little while back named Todd Smith. Unfortunately, Todd passed away a little while back.
Rest in peace.
Yes, amen. But after getting to know Todd and his family a little bit, Marty and Mike, we set up a little group text. Marty and Mike went over and visited him in the hospital during chemotherapy a bunch of times. They visited him at his house and hung out with him. His parents came down from Canada to stay with him for a while. They were a presence, and just bringing some community and some conversation and some good vibes into his everyday life. I was able to get over and visit with him a couple of times, and walking into the Smith home, you could see in everybody's eyes, like Marty and Mike walk in and they were already greeted like family, just walking in the door from somebody they just met a month or two ago, and hey, we just need to reach a hand out to this guy and his family who could use a little bit right now.
Absolutely. What do you think, Dennis?
Well, Andy's right on. I mean, we've helped so many different people, and people that we really don't know sometimes, and to have them see, the look on their face when Dawg Nation shows up to help them. Because I know some people that we've nominated that really don't want to take money. They're like, no, we don't want this. They feel like it's a handout. And like, no, this is what we do. We're here to help you, and the look on their face, they do become part of the Dawg Nation family. And that's how, again, Dawg Nation expands, because we've helped so many people, and some people that didn't even know it was coming. Well, most people don't know it's coming, but it really, the look on their face, you can't even describe it unless you're there on the ice giving a check, and you can see the look on the face and the look on the family. And it's just, Dawg Nation's just done a great job helping these people, and whether you know them or not, it's still the same reaction. They're like, wow, somebody's here for me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Dawg Nation has been so kind enough to help me out a couple times, but that one check ceremony at the Dawg Bowl 14, where they wanted me to go out on the ice and take a picture with my scouts team because they were playing in the championship, and then here comes Peter McNabb and Marty with a check. I burst in tears. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I was there, and it's a great moment, Marty.
Yeah, Marty and I, we got off the ice. We were down in the corner on the West Rink, just like bawling our little eyes out for a minute, because like we both just looked at each other. I'm like, dang,
Well, and that's it though, Cody. You talk about bawling your eyes out. All of us, I think, have cried at some point in time, whether it's given something or whatever it is. But, we do make grown men and women cry because it's just such an emotional thing, and it's okay to do that, So, let your emotions go. But it's really good to see that kind of stuff, and the emotions, just let them go.
Yeah, and I think the fact that everyone is just so welcoming and genuinely happy to be around somebody, it just makes it so much better to me. Especially in such a cold, kind of nihilistic world that it's unfortunately the way society's heading these days. It's a outright pleasure to be a part of something that is still so positive and loving, and non-judgmental. It doesn't matter who you are. All that matters is that you're part of our family, and we're going to help you out as much as we possibly can.
Yep. Yep. I agree. Even though we suffer from the Wuhan blues.
even if that's happening. So I'm going to ask you guys one more thing, and I think this is probably the most. I guess this might be a hard one to answer. Where do you see
I was told there would be no math.
Oh God, no. I was trying to do simple subtraction the other day. I'm like, I need a pencil, I need a calculator. Like, who knows math, anyways?
with the vocabulary of the rest of us combined.
So what I'm going to ask is, what is your favorite part that has been throughout your guys' Dawg Nation tenure?
Well, I would really say that handing out checks to people is the best thing. Again, like I mentioned a minute ago, when you see families in need, people are struggling, whether it's one person, the whole family, whatever it is, and you see what Dawg Nation does for these people. I mean, it makes a big, big difference to these families. And I mean, I know someone we just donated to earlier this year. He just got out of the hospital. He's still fighting stuff. They really didn't want to have a donation because they felt like no, we're on our own. We're just going to do this. But we gave them a check. They appreciated it. They loved it. And just watching the emotion of these people, and then to hear them say what a difference it made in their life. And that's the key thing. It makes a difference in people's lives.
Yeah, it's absolutely the exact same thing for me, Dennis. Just every single time we go take part in a presentation or something of that nature, to be able to, as an ambassador of the hockey community and part of Dawg Nation, shake somebody's hand, give them a hug, and just meet the people who you can reach a hand out to and help a little bit and extend the hockey community's love and support to them, and see and know that you're really helping to make a difference in somebody's life. That will never get old.
And it does make a difference in people's lives. And that's really the thing. We make a difference.
I think that's my favorite part about Dawg Nation is that it does make a difference. And just like you guys just seeing the true and pure emotion on these people that Dawg Nation keeps helping out, and just seeing the true love that comes through their eyes. That's awesome. Well, guys, we have a tradition here. Everybody who comes on the podcast has got to sign the banner.
All right.
So, gentlemen, would you please do us the great honor of signing our On the Bench with Beeks banner?
All right. Yeah, where's my paintbrush?
Yeah, you won't be able to read my writing, but I'll definitely give it a shot, Cody.
Well, we got
right
tons
now.
of Sharpies right there, so pick a color, pick a spot, and we're going to get a picture, shot of you guys drawing on the
I'm
banner.
go get it right now.
Thanks, Cody.
Oh, no, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. All right, here we are back again with another installment of On the Bench with Beeks. I am your host that truly loves to boast, Cody Beekman. I am here with another recipient round table. We've got a returning artist, Andy Gary. Andy, say hi. And we've got another Dawg Nation recipient, Danny Packard.
Thanks for having me.
And then we got George. Oh, my God, I forgot. It's my God.
Oh, man.
Take about 20% off the alcohol, eh, Beeks? And then we've got Matt Martinez, who's a huge donor. If you guys know Dave Repsher, a huge name in the Dawg Nation family. Just a couple of years ago, he was in a huge helicopter crash that burnt over 90% of his body, and he was in need of a lot of help. And Matt Martinez came to the call and donated a kidney to Dave Rep. So, Matt, say hi.
What's going on?
So, Andy knows this already. Like, what I wanted to do here this weekend is really focus on some of the people that had their lives changed truly by Dawg Nation, by shedding light on some of the recipients and or donors, and just kind of hear what their kind of perspective is on it. So we've heard from Andy. We're gonna go down the line. Danny, can you tell us a little bit about you and kind of your story as far as it goes? Just like what happened to you.
Sure. I was on the original Dogs team, and they really supported me. We just did Pass the Hat. I was part of the whole Andy Gary, Jack Kelly, myself, all getting cancer right in the same 3-week period. And instead of passing the hat, all the guys came into all my surgeries. It really meant the world, man. I mean, 20 drunk beer hockey guys showing up and getting kicked out of a hospital, just to support you and, just cheer you on. It really means a lot. Hospital's not the kind of place you'd think would be, a fun place to be, and those guys just made the best.
Yeah, you were the guy that really kind of kicked off the Pass the Hat, because I remember Marty loves telling the story, pretty much anytime a recipient gets like any sort of donation, it's always one of our guys, Danny, he messaged me one night saying, "Hey buddy, I don't think I can play, so I just found out I got cancer." And that first night everybody like chipped in and from there on everybody was kind of visit you.
Yep,
just like you said, in the hospital, and I think that's great.
It's just incredible for your recovery and just that support. I mean, these are random guys. I was 23 years old, got cancer. I had no idea, what was going on in my life, and these guys are like, hey, we care about you. We want you to do well, and so they'd show up and really just support me, take care of me. And I got a great sign stick from them, great posters, all that stuff. It's the support, man. It's so great.
Beautiful. And George,
yes,
can you tell us a little bit about you and just your story and everything?
My story is your life can change in a split second.
Absolutely.
And my buddy Dave got in that helicopter crash, and my girlfriend Karen, her husband died in that crash. So we started dating 5 years later. Which is a pretty amazing story as well.
Incredibly so.
But your life can change in a split second, and a lot of people don't know that until it happens to you or somebody really close to you that you know. And Dawg Nation stepped up within a day, and he didn't have a job. Obviously, his wife wasn't working, and we did a couple great tournaments with these guys, and just became great friends with all these guys. And it's a great family.
Oh, beautiful. And Matt, I mean, you're here. You're a donor, so your story is a little bit different, but I mean, I think it really all kind of falls into like this entire thing. So, just give me a rundown about you, bud.
Well, did Copper Mountain Ski Patrol for a little bit with Dave, and heard the story of everything that was going on. Worked on the weekends with his mom and stepdad. So just follow along the whole story, and then one day, Marilyn, his mom, was just asking, tell us the story about Dave needing a kidney from all the dialysis and everything else taking place, killing his kidneys. So, I don't know. Figured if I could help in some way that wasn't monetary, that here we go. What's the worst can happen,
And that's huge, man. I mean, you're literally giving a piece of you to somebody else. So that's incredible. I got to say, tap the stick on the ice to that, man. I really got to say. And so, we're going to run down a few questions. I asked Andy this, and I know, Andy, step in whenever you want to ask some questions too, because, I mean, obviously, our lives have all been changed by Dawg Nation. So, I'm going to lead you off. You off with the same question that I gave Andy. I mean, it's huge when you've got these guys that you hardly even know coming in and literally pretty much giving their giving their body, giving their money. What does that mean to you to see these people, like a lot of these people that you don't even know, like chipping in, and not only just becoming some like faceless donor, but becoming friends and family? Like, what does that mean to you? And like, how what's your reaction to that?
I think it really means the difference in a really good recovery. I mean, these people that you never met, slap you on your back every time and ask how you are, what's going on in your life, are you doing okay? I mean, just everyone generally cares, and it means a lot mentally and physically. I think it really helps you recover a lot better. And just to know that there's this huge community that's pulling, 24/7 for you.
What do you think, George?
I agree with Danny. The stuff that people give, this world is kind of messed up right now, and it's great to see that people really care, and they'll do anything for somebody they don't even know. So it's just a great community, Dawg Nation, and it's good to see people loving and caring again.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
And Matt, I'm going to kind of alter the question here, and because I mean, you gave so much, and you continue to give. Obviously, you're here on the D-Rep Dawg Nation support team, and you're playing obviously your kidney. You've given a lot. What do you how do you feel about seeing so many people just like you coming in and giving so much? And I think what do you love seeing, like, people receiving all this love? Like, how do you feel about all these like really deserving people to get like such a support system? And I mean, just anything they really need. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, is it something that, I mean, obviously it's probably a pretty prideful kind of thing, but can you go a little deeper?
I can try to, but you just kind of answered everything right there with the
I know
question,
shit, man.
But no, it's actually it's great. It's amazing when you see everything come together. A bunch of people don't even know, and then like still people like Danny and George and Andy, like we've all known each other for the last 3-4 years, and keep coming to all these different events. You know, it's great, and then you start seeing more faces, more people out on the ice, more teams coming in. It's just it's great. There's not really a lot of words that can explain it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's something you just got to be a part of to feel. You know, it's just this great vibe with everything that goes on, and and then when you see the people's reactions, as myself and you and Rob or Danny, sorry, we were all recipients at one point or another too with Dawg Nation as well. You know, so like just watching their expression when they get that big ass check, it's like Happy Gilmore moment.
Oh yeah, seriously.
But no, it's great, you know, and just knowing like all the cool items you can buy from auctions and stuff, to knowing the money's going where it's going to.
You know, when I became a recipient, it wasn't during a Dawg Bowl thing. It was, you know, it was off-site, and but when I came to my first Dawg Bowl, I was walking through, and like people I've never met before, like, hey Cody, hey bud, how you doing? Like you know, I followed you on Facebook and everything. You look good. Like, I hope you're doing well. And thank God that you're here. And it's just like, you know, when people come up to you and like, and they're truly caring about like just about genuinely caring about how you're doing and like just your journey. And I mean, Dawg Nation has that in spades. Yeah. And it's wonderful. So I'm gonna bring this next question up. Is I mean, obviously Dawg Nation is a family. It's grown so large. What's your guys' favorite part about Dawg Nation? Like these events, like, I mean, what really just drives it home for you guys?
Basically, the hair standing up on the back of my neck every time you guys give a check, or just getting emotional and just getting that feeling, warm fuzzy feeling inside that you get, that you don't get often, but it's just amazing. And I hate to interrupt, but I got to go play a championship game.
Oh, absolutely.
So
we need to go get dressed.
Thanks,
oh,
Beeks.
thank you,
Anytime,
George.
man.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everything you guys do. And if you guys can find a way to sign that banner real quick,
will do.
That'd be huge.
Right on, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it, bud.
Cody, to really answer your question, I think it's really see what it's going to happen next. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, this year, just with the live video of all the events and just how amazing that turned out, and just, I mean, Marty has always got some crazy hat he's going to pull out of the bag, that's just over the top, and how much that is giving back to all these people. It's just unbelievable.
It is. It truly is. And I think it means so much to people just seeing that. I mean, just in their own lives, you kind of like, you come to an event like this and you see how much emotion that kind of really gets put into it. And I mean, and I brought this up with Andy yesterday, like in such a cold and like unfeeling world that it seems to be turning out to be, it's an incredible thing to see a lot of love and genuine caring out there, you know, and it definitely kind of like it gives your heart hope,
Definitely.
And that, like, one of the biggest parts about Dawg Nation is hope.
Yeah, because that's what you need, man. That's what you need to get through the next day, the next surgery, the next treatment.
Absolutely. And so I'm gonna go into the next question, like kind of keeping that in mind. And so many Dawg Nation recipients, you'll see them like 5 years later, maybe 3 years later, and they're doing so well. I mean, you two are the ultimate testament to that. Truly.
Heck,
I mean, both of you guys. Oh yeah, you got to get that Nux in there. But, and I mean, I guess, I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole or anything, but me too.
Damn straight. This is great, man. This is awesome. I'm so excited to be on the show, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I mean, all three of us are true testaments to what Dawg Nation can do. Just as just knowing somebody's there. You know, can you guys just kind of elaborate on that and like, you know, maybe just kind of say like, I don't know, just kind of take yourself from here back to when you guys got the notice that, you know, you guys had your different kinds of cancer. Like can you kind of just maybe like give a compare and contrast on that?
Sure. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be in the spot I am today without Dawg Nation. I mean, there's no difference. I mean, I was 23 years old, you know, young, invincible, on top of the world, you know, ready for life, you know, and just like that, you know, it changes. And, you know, you don't know about your job, you don't know about your family, you don't know about your life, you know, your house, stuff like that. And you have no idea what's going to happen. You just have no clue. There's so much uncertainty. You know, and then there's just all this support and all this love and all this just, you know, passion from these hockey guys that just really give a shit about everybody, you know. And then, you know, now I'm, you know, 10 years down the road from that. I got 4 kids. I have a wife. You know, I've got just all my dreams coming true, you know. And I think a lot of that is the support from, you know, Dawg Nation that's got.
Well, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying is that all 3 of us and many other, you know, Dawg Nation recipients, I mean, obviously, there's like exceptions, like, you know, Sean had to lost his battle with ALS, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Sean Gagnon. We our thoughts and prayers are with you every single day, you know. But I mean, when you really look at it, like the dog game is strong, you know. And a lot of the guys, I mean, even D-Rep said, well, I can't die now. I got to hold the whole Mountain View community. I gotta represent, you know, and that was coming straight out of from Dawg Nation and everybody who's helping with them. So, boys, I'm gonna leave it with this. I asked Andy yesterday, Danny, where do you see Dawg Nation going from here?
That's so cool. I mean, that's what a great question. You know, it really is just unstoppable. I mean, I can't wait to see where it goes. I mean, I know the next big step is to get a rink, but that's not like the final step. Like, that's the first baby step into what this could be. It is just, it will be insane. I'm so excited because Marty does something bigger and better every year, and it's just not going to stop. It's not going to stop.
And I mean, and let's be honest, Dawg Nation broke every record that they've had for a Dawg Bowl tournament so far.
In a COVID year. In a
COVID year, yeah, exactly.
With all the insanity, all the unemployment, all the ever, you know, craziness.
You know, it's so sad coming in here and seeing the penalty box closed.
Oh, I know.
You know, I'm just like, it almost just doesn't feel like a Dawg Bowl tournament, you know. But I mean, everybody's still out there. You know, I've been looking at this little beer I got right here for like this entire interview. But I mean, like I just like, and that's such a good point during a COVID year. Like, where unemployment, I mean, you know, attendees, you know, everything is so questionable.
Yep.
And we have this kind of a turnout. It's incredible. So, you know, even with the greatest odds, Dawg Nation stares those down and just says, nah, fuck it. We're going to keep going. And, you know, we're going to do it bigger and better.
Yep. Just like always, just like the rest of us, man, you know.
Yep.
Odds are never in our favor, but we'll keep going.
Absolutely. So, obviously, like I said, with D-Rep's team, our big tradition is having everybody on the bench with Beeks sign the old banner. So, Danny, would you do us the honors?
Heck yeah, buddy. Appreciate it.
Cool. Awesome. And thank you for being on. And every time I get to see you guys, I love it. Brightens up my day. I see you guys as some of the best of friends.
Hell yeah.
And I'm so glad I got to get you guys on today.
Yeah, super honored.
Absolutely. Love it. All right. We'll get Ross to take a picture of Mr. Danny signing this banner, and thank you guys so much again.
Thank you.
And for the third part, we've got an incredible story, really. He's the invited guest, anthem singer Luke Jones. We are still here at the Edge Foothills Arena, and we're going strong. Dawg Bowl 10, we've got an incredible person here sitting with us. Luke Jones. Luke, can you say hey? Give us a little bit of background about yourself.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Thanks
Nice
for
to meet
coming
you
on.
guys. Nice to meet you guys. So, what a blessing it is to be here with you guys. I mean, having an opportunity to do this. To kind of tell you a little bit about myself. When I was 18 months old, I fell into a washer machine and was severely burned from my waist up. I basically was put on life support for about a week and a half. I was completely gone.
Jeez.
They said I wasn't supposed to speak, much less sing. And so tonight, I'm having the opportunity to sing one of my favorite songs, the Star Spangled Banner. But it's just such a blessing to be with you guys and such a blessing to be a part of this foundation.
Well, thank you so much for being on. I mean, I got to say, like, 18 years old. I mean, 18 months old.
Yeah.
18 years old.
Falling into that.
Yeah, 18.
Let's try to go a little further back there, bud. 18 months old, life support. That's a hell of a start for a life.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about, like, maybe growing up, like maybe having to deal with something like kind of have to strive through what happened to you, like.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, especially in middle school, elementary school. I was actually kind of always felt like I was by myself. Just no one around. I always picked inspirational music. I would have a jukebox kind of on the playground just to listen to music, to be motivated through music. I graduated at Chatfield High School, just right behind us here.
Oh yeah.
Graduated there in '98. For our graduation in '98, I got to sing at Red Rocks.
Oh wow.
That was really rocking. So, it's what defines you, I think, in life, regardless of what things happens or thrown at you in life, is that we're here for a purpose. We're here for a reason. And I believe that these reasons in my life, like tonight, is one of those reasons why my life was saved.
It's not what happens to you; it's how you deal with it, kind of.
Exactly.
Thing. Absolutely.
And that's what I love about it. That's what I love about one of my heroes in life is Rocky Balboa. You're probably familiar with his movies. You've seen
Absolutely.
Seen Creed and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just love that kind of underdog. Somebody that never gives up, never quits, always looks at life as a challenge. And that's what I think all of us are here. What all of us are here all about is putting ourselves out there and saying, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah,
Life
absolutely.
is good no matter what.
No matter what.
hand
No matter
that
what.
you're dealt. So.
No matter your challenges, life is here to give us joy, to give us happiness, and to push ourselves and to help us to believe in ourselves even more.
That's incredible. Can you tell me, like, how'd you get into singing in the first place? Was it because that the doctor?
No, just ever since I was little, I was always prone to, like, singing, and it just gave me a comfort, it gave me a peace. I grown up loving Phantom of the Opera,
wow,
singing
yeah,
that
cool.
kind of music, operatic.
That's cool.
And so I look back at my experience in life, and the doctor said I was not even supposed to speak, much less sing. And music has truly been an inspiration and a motivation, not just for me, but for other people that I've shared my life and my story with.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think all of us can really say, I mean, you got that one song, even if it's just that one song,
Right.
that just hits you so well, and almost everything terrible just falls by the waysides, and maybe for that moment you just nothing can hurt you.
Nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. And speaking of which, what are those? What songs that you listen to like do that for you?
Well, I love country, and I love, like, you're probably familiar with Josh Groban.
Oh yeah.
You Raise Me Up. So those kind of motivational songs I love Josh Groban. People laugh at me all the time, but I love Barry Manilow.
Oh.
Hey.
The song that he sang, Made It Through the Rain. We dreamers have our ways of facing rainy days, but somehow we survive. And so those are, the lyrics to music and the lyrics of has always given me hope of strength and to say, you know what, regardless, put yourself out there, sing it for people, help people to realize that we're all here. We're all here for a purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
And put yourself out there. And that's what I love through music and through the power of music that gives you that strength to, what is it that defines yourself?
Yeah.
It truly is like a universal language. I mean, you look at any culture anywhere in the world. I mean, they have their form of musical, influence.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that that's not by chance
or coincidence, or coincidence.
Yeah.
It's here for all of us to learn, to grow, to experience life in a different kind of light wherever you're at in life. And that's what I love about putting one of my all-time favorites. Is Eye of the Tiger.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
And so in high school, I was a manager, football and basketball. I would always go up in the middle of the commons and I would sing Eye of the Tiger, and it would bring people out. And I would get people riled up like in a Hulk Hogan voice.
Oh, yeah.
It's motivational.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And those are the moments that has defined myself to say, it's okay.
Yeah.
You have something to offer. You have something to give to people, to your brothers and sisters. You're here to help challenge people and to help people see their lives in a different light.
Absolutely.
And I just love it about that. I love about every aspect of life like that,
And that's amazing that you have that point of view, because this hockey tournament is that exact same thing.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, can you tell me how you actually got in contact with Marty?
So one of my best friends is Mike Freeman.
Okay.
Oh,
Mike
yes.
Freeman went to Chatfield. He played quarterback. His sons went to Chatfield. I was the manager on the basketball team. And they've been great friends with our family. So life, I just believe that right now, as I put it, I believe I'm here for a purpose. As I sit here and as I'm sharing this with people, that regardless of where you stand in life, never give up and never quit, because the Lord knows of who you are, and He'll help you, and He'll help you pave the way to be successful.
And obviously, it doesn't sound like you're not afraid of helping yourself and helping others.
Yeah.
Which is a strong attribute.
Yeah, and I just love it.
That's awesome. What song did you sing at Red Rocks?
Measure of a Man from Rocky 5.
Oh, okay, that's
the end
cool.
credits, the end credits, and it was a dream. It was a pretty sweet opportunity.
And so tonight, you are going to be singing the national anthem for the Platinum game, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
The MW Dogs against, I believe it's Denver Concrete.
Yep.
And that's going to be live streamed. Everybody can see it on the Dawg Nation Facebook, and everybody on the beer garden at the Edge can see it too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
We can't wait.
Well, thank you.
So, and thank you so much for sitting down and doing this, and really kind of just opening it, putting a little love in all of our hearts.
Yeah, it's
man.
amazing. I love it. I appreciate it. I appreciate this opportunity, and like I said, I'm gonna get out there tonight and share my voice with the people, and I just hope I succeed and bring it tonight. So I'm just grateful.
I can't wait to hear it.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll be there cheering you on, man. That's
thank
awesome.
you so much.
And hey, everybody who steps on the bench with Beeks has gotta sign the banner. Would you do us the honor?
Oh, sorry. I would love it. Thank
you
guys.
very much.
Thank you so much for doing this for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was lovely.
This is great, man. This is what Dawg Ball's all about, Cody.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it really truly is just everybody coming together and realizing that life isn't what you make it, but there are people and things down inside of you that can bring out so much hope and happiness. And I think Luke is a pure embodiment of that.
Perfect example, and we'll make sure we film his national anthem, and we'll add that on our YouTube.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, this was awesome, man.
Yep, and all right, so thank you to Luke, and we'll be back with some more action soon. And a huge thank you goes out to My Beer Nation app. If you guys don't know about My Beer Nation, we've been talking about them a lot. They're the best way, easiest and funnest way to kind of journal your beers online and brag about all the lovely beers that you get. And we just want to say thank you so much for all that they do. I mean, getting us our fabulous stickers and these incredible hats that we've gotten a chance to, pawn off on people. So thank you, My Beer Nation.